Hello and welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to do a short little flow. So for today's class you may or may not need, but if you have a block or blocks nearby, go ahead and grab those or something to bring the floor up to you, especially for our last pose. Or if you find that blocks help you in your practice, just go ahead and grab them and have them nearby. We'll start today's class with a quote by Shakespeare. May love surround you like sunshine on a sunny day. So we're going to get started, and this is just going to be a flow that we're going to build on. So we're just going to add poses, layer on poses throughout, and at the end we'll have a nice little short flow. So let's go ahead and start on all fours, and we're going to start with some cat-cow. So we're just going to do a couple here because this is going to be our base pose that we return to, and then we're going to add on from there each time. So we're going to go ahead and inhale from all fours here. Inhale and look forward, arch your lower back. Exhale and round in. We're going to inhale, arch that lower back, and exhale, round in. Return to a neutral spine, and now we're going to add on. We're going to do a little calf stretch. So I'm going to move it forward just a little bit here, and all I'm going to do is take my right foot back, and I'm going to put the toes on the ground, and I'm going to stretch back through those toes, so I'm really helping my my calves here get a nice little stretch. We don't stretch our calves very often. So this is a great little way to give that a nice little stretch. So I got my toes on the ground, and the heel of my foot is going further back than my toes. And then go ahead and return. We'll do the other side. So go ahead and take that left foot back. Same thing, stretch through those toes. The toes are on the ground. Stretch that heel back, and you should really feel that in your calf muscles. Calf muscle. And then go ahead and return to center. And now we're going to go ahead and do cat-cows. Again, we're going to do one. Inhale and arch that lower back. Look up and exhale, round in. Return to neutral. Go ahead and step that right foot back, calf stretch. And then we're going to add on here. So before we do the other side, we're going to go ahead and add on on the right side. So go ahead and step that right foot forward and come on up into a high lunge. And go ahead and back off a bit here. So instead of really sinking deep, we're going to come upright. And then you're really going to feel if you tuck that tailbone under a bit, you can really feel that in that quad, that left quad. So inhale here, get a nice stretch there. And then go ahead and return to all fours. So we're going to add on from there. So inhale, back to cat-cow. Exhale, round in. We're doing the other side. Back to neutral. Go ahead and step that left foot back for your calf stretch. And then step that left foot forward and come all upright on a nice high lunge here. So again, instead of sinking forward, go ahead and stay more upright. Tuck that tailbone in. You should really feel that quad stretch there. And then go ahead and return to all fours. And we're going to add on from here, starting on the right side. So go ahead and do your inhale and your cat-cow. And exhale, round in. Come back to neutral spine. Step that right foot back. You got your calf stretch coming up. Now you know where we're going from here. Step that right foot forward. Come upright into a nice low lunge here. And then go ahead and drop that right hand down. Now we're going to add on to it with a twist here. So go ahead and twist your right arm up toward the sky, twisting toward the right. Take a breath there. Stay for a breath. And exhale. And inhale and go ahead and return back to your nice neutral spine. And we're going to go to the other side now. So inhale, arch your lower back. Exhale, round in. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, go ahead and bring that left foot back for your calf stretch. Look forward. And then go ahead and bring that left foot forward. Come upright for your lunge here. And then go ahead and lower that your right hand down. Left arm up goes up toward the sky, ceiling, and turn, twisting to the left here. And then go ahead, exhale, and come back to a nice neutral spine, all fours. So adding on from there. So again, we're doing each side as we add on. So we're going to go from here. Inhale, arch the lower back. Exhale, round in. Come back to neutral spine. You guessed it. Right foot back, calf stretch. And then come on forward into your lunge, your low lunge. Backing off here a bit. Then drop that left hand down. Raise your right arm up overhead, look up, and then bring both your hands back down to the ground, tuck your back left toes, and we're gonna come up into a high lunge with our hands interlaced behind our back. So here's our step that we're adding on. So go ahead and come up to your high lunge. Get yourself a nice steady pose here. So if you need to lengthen out your legs on the side of your mat, go ahead and do that. If you need to have them, if they're more narrow, it's gonna be harder to keep that balance. So do what you need to do here. And bring your hands behind your back. Stretch that chest open. And then we're gonna bring both of our hands back down to the ground and bring ourselves back into that tabletop position. We'll now do all of that on the left side. Inhale, arch your lower back. Exhale, round in. Inhale, back to neutral spine. Exhale, shoot that left foot back for your calf stretch. Inhale, step forward with your left foot. Come on up into your high lunge. Exhale, drop that right hand down, left arm up, twist to the left. Stay for an extra breath. Bring both your hands back down on the ground, tuck those back right toes, and come on up into your high lunge. Go ahead and get your stance, and then go ahead and interlace those hands behind your back. Bring your hands down and bring your feet back. So your legs back, so now you're back into your tabletop. We're gonna add on once more. So inhale, arch your lower back, look up. Exhale, round in. Inhale, back to neutral spine. Exhale, shoot that right foot back, calf stretch. Inhale, bring it forward to your low lunge. Come upright. Stay for an exhale there, catch your breath. And then come on down, bring that left hand down, right arm up. Bring the hand down, tuck those back toes, come into your high lunge once again. From here, interlace those hands behind your back. Remember to breathe through all these poses. Breathe at your own pace. I'll try to cue you on some of the breath, but honestly, sometimes you just find yourself in an inhale when I may be exhaling, and that's not important as long as you're breathing is what's more important. And then what we're gonna do is do a humble warrior. So this will require a little bit of balance and a little bit of strength here, but we're gonna bend forward over that front leg, bringing the hands up behind us. Now, if that does not work for you, you can always just leave them at the small of your back. We're trying to keep that chest open when we do this. So bend, come on and bow forward into our humble warrior. Drop your hands, step back into your nice all fours position. And now we'll go to the left. So inhale, look up, exhale, round in. Come back to neutral, step that left foot back for a nice calf stretch. Step forward into your low lunge, come upright. Drop the right hand down, twist to the left arm up. Both hands down, tuck those back right toes. Come on up into your nice solid base here, your solid foundation of a high lunge with your hands interlaced behind your back. Again, you can always widen out that stance. That will really help your balance here. And then we're gonna go ahead and fold forward into our humble warrior, hands up behind you, or I'll demonstrate on this side with just my hands. I'm holding on to both my forearms behind my back. That'll also keep my chest open that way. Hands back down, legs back down, return to your tabletop. And we're gonna add on one last pose here at the end. So you'll possibly need your blocks for this. I do need my blocks for this pose, so just have them handy, one or two. If not, I'll show you a modification. Here we go. Same thing on both sides. We'll start with the right side again. Inhale, arch your lower back. Exhale, round in. Come back to neutral. Shoot that right leg back for your calf stretch. Step it forward into your low lunge. Come upright. From there, go ahead and drop that left hand down. Raise that right arm up. Twist to the right. Both hands down. Tuck those back toes. Come on up into your high lunge. Interlace those hands behind your back. Open the chest. Go ahead and exhale and come forward into your humble warrior, bowing forward. Hands can be whatever position works for you. And then while you're down here, drop your hands. Grab your blocks if you think you're gonna need them. Have them handy. Come on up and go ahead and straighten out that right leg, and we're gonna come into pyramid pose here. So pyramid, and you can go ahead and step this back foot in a little bit if you want, and go ahead and drop that heel down to the ground. But now my front leg, my right leg is straight. So I'm gonna look out in front of me with a nice flat back, and then I'm gonna exhale and fold forward any amount. Now I find it hard to get my hands down on the ground. I can do it, but it's much more of a strain for me. So having blocks on whatever height really helps. If you don't have blocks, you could always carefully put your hands on the shin of your foot, or near your foot. So you have options. And try not to lock this knee out either, so you might want to give that a little micro bend just to help there. So go ahead and stay here for just a moment. Keeping your hips square toward the front of your mat the best you can. And then go ahead and bend that front leg, move your blocks out of the way, and come back to all fours. And we have one more side to do. So you know where we're going now, and that's the full sequence. And we'll do that once more on the left side. So go ahead and inhale, look forward. Exhale, round in. Back to neutral spine. Shoot that left foot back for your calf stretch. Bring that left foot forward into a nice low lunge. Come on up. Right hand down, twist to the left. Go ahead and bring both your hands down, tuck the back toes, high lunge, and try not to fall over like I just did almost. Go ahead and interlace those hands behind your back. And then go ahead and come forward into your humble warrior. Your hands can be in whatever position works for you. And grab your blocks if you think you'll need them again for pyramid pose on the left. So go ahead and straighten that left leg. Bring that right foot in just a bit so you can drop the heel down to the ground. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale, fold in. You can always do this without blocks. You could have be on fingertips, holding your leg. I just think the blocks are really helpful, or even books would work here. So go ahead and keep those hips square toward the front of your mat, facing the front of your mat. Trying to lock your knee here, give it a slight bend. And then move the blocks out of the way and come back to all fours. And let's sink back into a simple child's pose for just a brief moment. And all that settle in for a moment here. And then grab a block if you have it. If you do not have a block, that is perfectly fine. This might be a little bit more challenging without a block, but it's okay. We're going to do bridge with a block. So I will show you the challenging part, and you can always skip that. So go ahead and lay on your back. Grab your block. You can do it on the medium or the lowest height. I wouldn't suggest the highest unless you just really find that is fine for your practice. But I'm going to go with the medium height here. So go ahead and slide that underneath of your sacrum. That's that low part of your back there, right about where the tailbone is, or right above that. The tailbone is actually the end of there. This is a nice supported bridge for now. So you can stay here. If you don't have a block, you can always just come up into bridge, but it obviously won't be supported, so you'll be holding yourself up. If you have the block, I invite you, if you feel like it, to go ahead and stretch that right leg up toward the sky. Now, if you were doing this without a block, this would obviously be a lot more challenging. I'll go ahead and show you that one if you don't have a block, and if you want to go for that, you'll just have to hold yourself up a lot more. So choose what works for you. If it's not in your practice today, you're not feeling that, and you don't have a block, then just stay in bridge for a few breaths. Otherwise, if you're on the block, supported, go ahead and bring that right leg up. Take a few deep breaths there. You can roll the ankle in circles if you like, or keep it static. It doesn't matter. You decide what feels good for you. Lower that foot down. If you're in bridge without a block, go ahead and come down for a minute and rest. And then we'll go to the other side here. So if you have the block or you want to come back into your bridge unsupported, either way. And if you feel like it, go ahead and raise that left leg straight up in the sky. And again, you can rotate the ankle, just breathe here, kind of releasing all of that little flow that we did. We added on each little piece. And lower that leg. Now, if you have the time, and I highly suggest if you have the time, go ahead and lie yourself back into Shavasana here. So you can just go ahead and stretch your legs out on the mat, your arms out on the mat. If being on your back doesn't work for you for Shavasana, you can always turn over on your side and use your arm as a pillow. You could also lay on your stomach. So if you have the time, go ahead and lay back into Shavasana and just let the effects of your practice wash over you. If you don't have time, you can come on up to a seat and join me. I hope that this class was helpful. I like sometimes doing a little repetition because it helps you kind of get used to the poses a bit, and you start to like, oh, you get the flow and you're doing the same ones in the same order. And so it kind of helps you. By the time you get to the end of that sequence, you've done some of those poses several times, so they've become very familiar. So I really like these build on flows, and I'm hoping to do more of those. So let me know if you like this. If you like this style of flow, we'll do more of them. If so, thank you again for joining me, and until next time.